Star Trek Discovery and Doctor Who Series 11 meet up. It's like a crossover and shit. So, STD Season 2 is about to premiere, and apparently Sonequa Martin-Green decided it would be a great PR move to give her 2 cents about the catastrophe known as the 13th Doctor, while at the same time coming out as a full-fledged SJW. From Digital Spy, Star Trek's Sonequa Martin-Green was not surprised by the reaction to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who casting. Both women made history on their shows. Actually, both women managed to destroy their respective franchises. According to Digital Spy, this was bound to ruffle a few feathers. Well, yes, when you destroy 2 franchises that date back to the 60s with your regressive wokeness, then people tend to get a little pissed off. Quote, Martin-Green faced criticism early on from a small but toxic subsection of the Star Trek fandom, who felt her casting appealed to PC culture. Actually, it wasn't a small subsection, and the attacks were not on Martin-Green personally. People were angry because Michael Burnham was a pompous, boring, stone-faced, egocentric, and all-around horrible character with no redeeming qualities. People also pointed out that Martin-Green was clearly cast because of her demographic representation. Sorry, Green, but this means that you were cast not because you were the best person for the role. And PC culture, we all know what that means, anything that isn't straight, white, and male. And you wonder why people got pissy. While Jodie Whittaker faced opposition from those Doctor Who fans who believe that the Time Lord should be male. Jodie Whittaker got criticism because she can't act and is one of the most toxic actors ever to be involved with Doctor Who. In a recent chat with Sonequa Martin-Green about the 2nd season of Discovery, Digital Spy and other media asked her if she was surprised to see opposition in the Doctor Who fandom to a female doctor. Oh, I'm sure she'll do her best to convince people to give her show a second chance and be completely objective. You know, I wasn't surprised by it, she admitted, because people were upset that a black woman was the lead of Star Trek. There was a lot of vitriol that came our way, and came my way when I first came on board. Okay, never mind. Screw bringing anyone back to STD. We're just going to play the identity politics game. Apparently, Martin-Green has no self-awareness and seems completely clueless to the fact that this will make even more people run from STD. STD, you're going to run out of people to run away from you pretty soon if you keep this up. It was like, I think they're just checking boxes and meeting quotas. How dare they? And all that. This was box ticking, and I think I'm starting to dislike Martin-Green. These were people who claim to be diehard Star Trek fans, and I think that's completely antithetical. Holy shit, what a narcissist. These people were diehard Star Trek fans, many of whom have been watching since before you were born. Being a quota hired does not mean that you were hired based on your acting abilities, and if STD is anything to go by, they're pretty crappy. You were quota hired, and now you're in over your head. But the most hilarious part is you seem to be completely oblivious to this. How can you say that? So all that means is you just have so much further to go. Go where? Towards becoming a full-fledged SJW feminist NPC? Not going to happen, Burnham. And you might have put the final nail in the coffin of your crappy Star Trek imitation with this interview. You just have so much further to grow. So it doesn't surprise me, unfortunately, that people would push back about that, because change is really difficult, and a lot of people are not willing to do it. Most people are never going to accept this brainwashing garbage. And it's because of people like Sonequa. You have pushed this narrative too far, and as I keep saying, most people can see right through it now. What really sucks, though, is that franchises we've loved for decades like Star Trek, Star Wars, and Doctor Who appear to be fatal casualties. In Sonequa Martin-Green's case, those complaints about PC culture were particularly off base considering Star Trek had previously had both female and POC captains. You missed the point here, Green. Captain Sisko and Captain Janeway were amazing characters played by great actors. Michael Burnham is a terrible character, played by what now appears to be a toxic SJW of very limited acting talents. People were still upset. It really does just go to speak to the limitations of the ego, she added. You're one to speak about ego. As for whether she pays attention to the flack, the actress said, I think there's a certain amount of it getting to me. That is always going to be there. Because of course it's hurtful. Green, you're a highly paid actress, cast only because of quota requirements. Obviously there's going to be some pushback, and this sounds a lot like Kelly Marie Tran. Hurtful? Suck it up. It comes with the job. You should see what people call me on a daily basis, and I don't give a shit. Grow a backbone, for Christ's sake. It was a two-sided coin, because on one side of the coin, I was not surprised because I'm a black woman that was raised in the South. Laughs. Yep, more of the identity politics poor me game. So that kind of thing is very familiar to me, unfortunately. Maybe if you didn't suck and gave condescending interviews like this, then more people might like you. But then, on the other side of the coin, I was surprised because this is Star Trek that we're talking about, and because this has been the legacy the whole time. Like I was saying, it's antithetical. I was confused. I'm sure you were confused. It's not that we dislike you because of your demographic representation. We don't like you because your character sucks, you can't act, and you give interviews like this. And then the article finishes with, Jodie Whittaker has likewise recently dismissed gender-based criticism of her casting, insisting at a recent fan screening that she's now proved anyone, boy or girl, can play the Doctor. Of course Whittaker dismisses criticism. She's a self-obsessed, toxic egomaniac. Oh dear, this is not going to help STD Season 2 now, is it? CBS is obviously in full panic mode right now, considering they're holding day-long emergency meetings to to try and figure out what to do with STD. Oh, I can just imagine the reaction after they saw this article. Well, you people greenlit the morons like Kurtzman that are responsible for this mess, so maybe you should take some responsibility. The fact that even the criticism has started to die off because people just don't care anymore is not a good sign, guys. I wish you luck with Season 2 of STD, because you're going to need it. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.